Hey guys, what's up? It's Bonk from ProGaming.com, and we're here with Jonathan Fatality Wendell, and he's here to tell us about his new P67 motherboard from ASRock. So John, why don't you go and tell us a little bit about the features of this board?
Well, ASRock, they've been known for making very high-end motherboards, and with this one, they really want to show like their craftsmanship by making a very pleasing motherboard to the eye. So when people are like modifying their case and so forth, this would be a good motherboard to have in their case. So visually, look really nice. Couple features that we're offering on this one. We have a digital PWM design. It's actually back here on the back, and this creates really stable power to the CPU, and basically allows for for gamers, like, we're really thinking about more stability. We don't want the game to be like chopping and so forth. We want to make sure the game is always running very smoothly. So this really helps with the stability of the CPU and the 16 core phase. So if you look here, we have this it's called the V16 CPU power phase. And what this does is, say you're like running Windows, right, and it's kind of idling. It would actually just work on one of the power phases. Right. But as you're playing a video game like Quake or the new Rage game coming out or something like that, these will all work at one time, so they're all kind of evening out the load. So it'll keep it basically keep the board much cooler, much more efficient, and not overheat as much.
That's awesome.
One of the main features that I wanted on this one was the Fatal1ty mouse port. We don't have the faceplate here, but the top port is going to be the Fatal1ty mouse port. So on this one, when you install the F-Stream tuning, you're able to go in there and change a lot of things, like overclocking the the RAM, the CPU, everything, checking the temperature for the fans, all that, so forth. But the Fatal1ty mouse port is going to be automatically overclocked to 500 hertz. So a lot of gamers are using like old IntelliMouse 3.0 or 1.1, which is like the mouse like every pro gamer is using. So a lot of them, the amateur gamers, don't know about overclocking the USB port. Right. And what I've noticed is by overclocking it, actually it makes the game much smoother. It actually appears I'm getting more frame rate. Right. And through that, I'm able to shoot more accurately, be more efficient, and just shoot a little faster. And by overclocking, you're actually decreasing your response time to the computer.
That's awesome.
And then if you use a laser mouse, a lot of them come already default at 500 hertz, and we give you the option to overclock to 1,000 hertz. So just kind of depends on what the gamer really wants. Right. On that aspect.
That's awesome, man.
And then yeah, so like that's the main feature like I really wanted to push on this board is the Fatal1ty mouse port. Obviously we have the PCI Express slots and so forth. We kept some older PCI slots for people that still have the Fatal1ty sound card and so forth. And we're actually working with OCZ making some special RAM for the motherboard itself. So this RAM will be, ASRock and OCZ have been working together to create a RAM that would really work really well with this board and be very efficient. So the engineers and so forth are working together to make the best RAM for this board.
Awesome, very cool. Well, I can't wait to get my hands on this motherboard, but are there any other Fatal1ty brand products besides the board and the RAM?
Well, the one thing I've been working on is Fatal1ty Gaming Desk. I'm trying to basically create a desk for gamers to play PC games, but also console games from. Cool. So I want to create one station for them, very compact, because like a lot of kids, they have they have to go in the front living room and play or whatever. I'm sure parents wouldn't mind if they were in their bedroom too, playing there just to get them out of their, get them out of their hair or whatever. But basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to educate the game. Like every product I make, I'm trying to educate the gamer. So through this product, I'm trying to say, hey, Fatal1ty mouse port. This is what this does. This is how it keeps it cool and keeps you in the game. Working with the RAM, that's obviously a no-brainer. Working with OCZ to make it run faster. So it loads Windows. Like this actually board loads Windows the fastest. Period. So like if you're trying to boot into Windows or boot up, it's the fastest. So with the gaming desk, what I'm trying to do is teach the console gamer. You're playing on these big screen TVs, right? Right. There's so much lag on these big screen TVs, it's ridiculous. Like they know, like the amateur gamer just does not know. Yeah. So I'm trying to teach them. Okay, you need to have like one monitor, preferably like I use like a 24-inch right now that has like a 5 millisecond delay. Right. I can see a huge improvement in my console gaming because I play consoles so well. I can see a huge improvement like when playing like Black Ops, so forth, like readjusting to a shot or something like that, like where I would not have that opportunity or even like insight to even do that on a big screen TV. Right. So having being a little bit more closer, be more engaged into the game, I can actually see an improvement in my game. So we have everything from cable management on the desk to make sure everything looks very sleek and very nice and professional. All black glass, smoked glass for 2 layers. And I think we're coming out later this year with that product. So, awesome. So I'm really trying to just my main goal is to educate the gamer on how to improve their game.
Awesome. Well, very cool. Well, again, I can't wait to get my hands on all these products. Now, moving on from the gaming hardware, one of the biggest questions in the gaming community is, will we ever see Fatal1ty in another tournament again?
Well, I think it's just a matter of finding the right game and the right tournament to play in. I've always been saying, I'm always ready to play. If you put a tournament out there tomorrow saying it's $1 million for this game to play one-on-one, I would be all over it. Even like for I'm kind of, console gaming is interesting to me, but at the same time it's kind of like I really like the mouse and keyboard, so it's kind of a tear there for me. But I have no problem, like if people wanted to see me play that game and there was enough reason to do it, and it was like really like professional, like on TV and so forth, I would maybe be intrigued to train like crazy. So
awesome.
It's like I always have the itch to play. Like I play all the time, even right now. So like it's not like I'm not playing. I love playing. So, but yeah, I would love to compete in more tournaments. But right now, it's just like I'm not trying to go out there and win $1,000. You know, because like to win a world championship at these games, I have to train 12, 18 months, 8 hours a day. And some days I push in like 12, 14 hours a day because I have to catch up. Like if like in Painkiller example, I joined the game like 3 or 4 months late or whatever, so I had to play supreme catch up. It took me 12 months to get to number 1.
Wow.
So and I was busting my butt. I was traveling all over Germany and living in a house where no one spoke English. And training. So I'm pretty hardcore about my training.
Awesome. Well, and you also mentioned earlier about your StarCraft 2. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I've been playing StarCraft 2 just like casually, fun with a lot of friends. I've been playing a custom game called Marine Arena. I really like it a lot. But I'm going to be going to Korea and Asia a lot over the next 50 days or so. I'm doing a tour promoting my new Fatal1ty motherboard. And basically, I'm just going to be playing the game over in Asia a lot, but hopefully play some Black Ops or Quake Live when I'm also in the European countries.
Awesome. Well, are you going to be staying with like any of the like teams or any specific players?
Well, just depends on what country I go to and so forth. But definitely, I could see myself comp a lot of gaming friends, so for sure. I'm gonna be traveling all over Europe and all over Asia, and I have a lot of friends in Europe for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, okay. Well, the last question I have for you is, you've been spending a lot of time in Miami or whatever, but who parties harder, Miami or Vegas?
Vegas parties the hardest, Miami is like a more relaxed partying, but you're still partying. But I've been living here in Vegas for about 2 years now, and I love it. And you live in here too, so it's just a fun town, and it's always new and exciting here. So I just love being here while I'm here. But I'm gonna be pretty busy for this year for sure. I'm not gonna be home that much.